Went?
Yeah.
When?
Over spring break. What could I do? 2 days after I got that invitation, I was on the set of Cougar Town, Jeff. Cougar Town.
Look, if you want me to take it seriously, stop saying its name.
You laugh, Jeff, but the people were wonderful. You know, not just the actors, but the crew, everyone. There must have been 200 people, each with a specific function, but all dedicated to a single purpose. It was like a village, or like a living thing. And, you know, I'm talking to the director, and he says, why don't you jump to the background? I say, wait a minute, jump to the background of what exactly? And he says, jump into the background of this scene. Walk through it. Walk through Cougar Town. Well, before I can react, this girl takes me by the hand and she stands me behind this patio where Courtney Cox and the actors are doing their scene. And the girl says, now when you hear action, I want you to walk from here to there. Right? That's when I really started to panic, Jeff, because if I'm a person that watches Cougar Town, how can I be in Cougar Town? You know, and the more I start thinking about it, the less any of it makes any sense at all. And I just want to turn and run, but it's too late because the director's calling action. So, before I take my first step, I realize that I have to stop being someone who's ever seen this show and become a character on the show. Become a man from Cougar Town. You know, someone born there, someone whose name I decide is Chad. And I take my first step as a child, learning to walk as Chad. And with each step, it becomes easier. And with each step, I start remembering things from Chad's life, like, well, his first kiss under the big tree at Cougar Town Field, playing soccer at Cougar Town Junior High, finding my first chest hair in the shower, my first apartment, my first true love falling for my best friend, birthdays, weddings, car crashes, taxes, playing charades at Thanksgiving. Chad had lived, Jeff. Chad had lived more than Abed. And then they called cut. And the scene was over, but I wasn't ready to stop being Chad, so I said to the director, can we have one more take? But they were already moving on. Courtney had nailed it. My lips started trembling. My hands and my feet went numb. My knees buckled. And as I fell to the floor, I pooped my pants. I did. Because the truth is, Jeff, I had been Chad, and Chad was dead. But as Abed, I was still alive, so someone helped me up. And the wardrobe lady came over, she gave me new pants. I thanked everyone, I apologized, and then I just got on a bus and went straight to the airport.
Your food's getting cold.
Well, how silly of me.
Wondering if Abed's new best friend also got him the best gift? I got Abed the best gift. I tell you what it is, but it's an even cooler secret.
Britta, you promised that this private party would be done by 8. You're doing this during the peak business hours for nostalgic theme diners.
Oh, is that true? Has that been researched?
It has, Annie. After they get frightened by the evening news, many seek the comforting foods and soothing music of a pre-racial America.
I'm sorry, Brian. They're just a little late. I'll give you all of my tips for my next shift.
Oh, your tips. All your tips? Wait. All of them? Like, all the tips the customers leave for you? Wow. Is there any way we can go ahead and spread that out over 2 years so I don't get slammed on my taxes?
Everyone hates Britta.
Well, of course you know the real point of that story.
I don't, but that's okay. Chew.
The point is, I'd been a fool.
Nah, everybody poops their pants.
No. I was a fool long before that. You know, I look back at my things that didn't matter.
Yeah, who needs Cougar Town?
Who needs any pop culture whatsoever? TV, movies, to hell with all of it. You know what I was, Jeff? I was that wallet. On the surface, a reference to some cinematic drivel, but on the inside, empty.
But you love Tarantino.
Not anymore. That's why I wanted to have this dinner with you. This is the first birthday of my new life. You know, the wallet's cute, Jeff, but I'd like to exchange it for a better gift. I'm not leaving here until you've given me my first real conversation.
Yay! You want to have a real conversation? Here's as real as I get under the circumstances. It's nice that you learned to dial back your love of TV, but I'd really like you to come have a milkshake with me. But before you do, I'd like you to remember how much you enjoy Pulp Fiction. That's as far as I can go without defeating the purpose, really. Tilting the bean can here.
Pulp Fiction, milkshakes, bean cans. Listen to how we talk to each other. We're like robots, exchanging catchphrases and references.
You think pointing that out counts as a real conversation? You know how many fake people are talking about how fake the world is right now?
Okay, well, I'm new at this, so can you start our real conversation?
I don't believe there's such a thing. Conversation was invented by humans to conceal reality. We use it to sweet talk way around natural selection. You know who has real conversations? Ants. They talk by vomiting chemicals into each other's mouths. They get break down brass tacks. Which way's the picnic? That way. Humans are more evolved. We lie.
Not all the time.
That's a lie.
We don't lie when we're alone.
Biggest lie ever. 9 out of 10 lies occur 6 inches away from the bathroom mirror. We do most of our lying alone.
How's it even possible to lie when you're alone?
You can call a phone sex lying. That's lying to yourself.
No, that's just being honest with a stranger about being lonely.
What if you're dishonest about why you're lonely? What if you're a good-looking guy who calls a phone sex line and tells them he weighs 400 pounds just so he can hear a woman say she's attracted to him anyway?
Well, I don't believe that happens.
Wrong. That's me. I did that last week.
But why would you pay a woman on the phone to think you're fat?
Because I'm scared that if I were overweight, that no one would like me. Good to admit. The point being, you don't have to worry about being normal or real or whatever this is tonight. The world is a sick place full of sick people. Can I tell you something I've not told anyone else?
Yes.
It's gotta be so cool. Whatever he got him. You know what I'm saying? Luke's a man of means. He's with your boy right now having a fancy dinner. Baby chickens, diamond forks, 4 handmade sodas. Then he's gonna bring him back here, give him whatever's in there, and that's that. Troy,
Holy shit. It was the craziest one I've ever had.